Say something, Weep.
Something, Weep.
I hate you.
I know you do.
Let me see.
Weep.
I hate you. Hey, we have
I know you do.
audio.
Hey.
Let me
So it
see.
wasn't on my end.
Weep.
Okay, good. Because I didn't change
I
anything.
hate you. Hey, we have
I know you do.
audio.
Hey. Just my bloody
Let,
laptop had to reboot.
1 second. So 1 second. I need now to go to our normal setup. I'm sorry, but I need to not kick you, but take you back to a different place. Sorry about that. We should be golden. Oh, so this is not the right place. Wait, then. Now? Yeah, I'm trying. Sorry about that. I will remove myself, and when I find it, I will bring you back. Sorry about that. Hello? Okay. This is what we're gonna do for a while now until I fix it on the other side. Start talking. Can you hear me? No, 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 no. Why? Try talking, Weeb. Ah, I heard you, but you was low. Lower than low on YouTube. Give me a second. Why? Why is... Holy shit, you're low. I saw it moving, but you're low, so I'm gonna go take you to... I'm gonna go to a different setting, because when I went to what's called VGP, it was working fine. Different setting, because when I went to what's called VGP, it was working fine. Try talking now. Different setting, because when I
Hello.
went to what's
Testing,
called
testing.
VGP, it was working fine. Try talking now. Different setting, because when I
Hello.
went to what's
Testing,
called...
testing.
Yeah, VGP. So it's live. For some reason, is VGP the only channel where everything is working fine. So we're gonna use this channel for now. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna hide this picture.
Okay.
I'm
So you
gonna
can
add.
audio is fine now.
It's fine, but in a different browser, not a different group. So I need to ask Nate why. Otherwise, I'm gonna use this one for tomorrow's show. I apologize everyone for the technical difficulties. Sorry about that. But we're back and we're live and Weeb is terrible. So give it up to Weeb. How are you, Weeb?
I was hearable all along. You just didn't want to listen.
My
Sound good?
favorite panel. I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Very busy panel today.
Give me a second.
Very busy panel today.
Yeah, so I made sure that your audio is clear. So we're live.
Okay.
We're live. We're clear. Let me put it out again. Sorry about that. I apologize. Oh my god, that was a disaster and a half. Not you, but this
Yeah, I
part.
know, not me. I'm perfect in every possible way.
Mm-hmm. Humble as I see.
Of course. Probably been a while because you had a break last week.
Only one break? We didn't
Huh?
have a show for 2 weeks almost.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I keep.
Just like Oda.
Oda is on break.
Again,
What's the? I'm sorry, Oda, but what's the point of taking a month? No, 1 month off if you're gonna take a break that early. You didn't even. I'm sorry, but he didn't even set up anything. Okay, so One Piece. What do you want to start? Do you want to start with Wano or do you want to start with this new chapter?
I'd say let's discuss the chapter first.
Okay, so this chapter. What's your favorite panel?
My favorite. Yeah, you keep you are obsessed with that panel, right? Uh, I well, I know it's a joke, but I do love the illusion that Nabi has conquered Hockey.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought maybe that's legit at some point. I'm like, for real? I know that's a gag and everything like that, but they never brought up Conquer. The fact that she's able to hit him, that's always been a thing. So I was like, really? So yeah, it was a fun joke. So you would take that over Sanji, Zoro calling Sanji fourth place?
I mean that's a long time running joke.
Real talk, I'm disappointed with Zoro for this one.
Why?
Because when because when Luffy was fighting Kaido and Zoro and Sanji were literally standing their own against Yonko level commanders, Oda renewed their vision as Luffy wings. So if you're gonna do that, then why keep the gag going who's stronger and who have bigger, higher bounty? Why not give them equal bounty?
Because that's a joke.
Or even make it, or at least make it 100, 100 and 1,000,000 and 100 something versus 100, 1,000,000 and 101. That would be a joke, but I think Sanji didn't even break a mail. Give me a second to make sure. I need to. So yeah, this was a bounty chapter.
Uh-huh. And
Took
of
me.
course, because Buggy has the biggest bounty of them all.
Huh?
Yeah, Buggy's bounty is bigger than Luffy's.
Yo, Buggy is looking spooky right now. Oh, and Caesar wanna work with Germa apparently.
Yeah, I'm totally not excited for the cover chapter. It's basically very predictable.
Hmm. Jimbe already accustomed to the crew joke.
Of course, can be part of the crew if you
Mm.
can be part of a gag, right?
So I am not really that much of a fan of the whole chopper joke. Literally 900 increase. I'm like, at first it was funny, but I'm pretty sure the Marine must have seen Chopper at work.
I mean, the Marines actually think that Buggy is in charge of the Cross Guild. I mean, they're
I
not that
don't
protected.
understand how can Tatsuzuki be so incompetent?
I didn't say it's
Just
incompetent.
yeah,
It's a matter of perception. That's the entire essence of being a pirate with a bounty in One Piece. I mean, they already they explained that in the Jaya arc, right? Where the entire point was the height of your bounty determined how powerful you were, and they also explained some people actually make fake bounties just to appear more impressive, more intimidating. That, that's the entire essence of that
I
system.
get you, but this is a real bounty, right? From
Yeah,
Buggy.
mm.
So there is
But
nothing fake about it.
yeah, I'm not saying it's fake. I'm just saying that that's the entire point. It's essentially a way to sort of bluff yourself through, right? I mean, and yeah, yes, this is a running joke, but me from the outside, like if you look at, I was totally right that they're just using him as a deflection, and me especially Miyok's character explicitly said it here. I said that before. Watch the previous podcast. Miyok just wants to be left alone. He doesn't give a shit about being a Yonko, whatever.
We
Uh,
we we are
and
gonna
he
talk about Mihawk in a while, cause he is a whole open different kind of worm. We're gonna definitely talk about him, but let's focus on Strat for now. Okay?
nope.
Oh, okay, fine. Let's talk Mihawk right now, because now there is a conversation that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. Do you really want to get into it right now about that, or do you want
That,
that to be
that,
the end
that,
conversation?
dude, no, that's not what they said. They said he's a better swordsman than Shanks. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
well,
and Swordsman versus Shanks. They truly believe that Mihawk is better than Shanks. I'm talking
I,
about the One Piece fandom now.
dude. Again, no, he's not more powerful than Shanks. He's a better swordsman than Shanks. At least that's what I stated here,
Yeah,
which is debatable considering they had duels, and it doesn't seem like there was a clear winner there, but he's at least on that. I mean, he is the most powerful swordsman in the world. So obviously, in terms of swordsmanship, nobody can beat him, right? I mean, but that's not everything there is to it. There's so many complicating factors to it. So of course, Shanks, and plus there's a problem with Miyok is that he's a loner. He doesn't want to be a Yonko. Doesn't want to have a crew, and if you want to be Yonko, you need to have a crew. That's also exactly why Buggy became a Yonko, because he has the manpower to do it. He has the numbers and he has the quality, right? He has two form. I mean, he himself is a former Chichibukai for whatever reason, and he has two former Chichibukai being, yeah, allegedly his right hand men, right, his officers, and they're playing that part. But I like how they explain. I mean, I initially had sort of the idea that maybe Crocodile just immediately thought up that idea, like let's use Buggy to create his organization, but he wanted to create his organization, had no plans of including Buggy. He just went there to get his money. Buggy obviously didn't have the money and proposed another deal like I'll work for you or you can have my men, etc. He took that opportunity, and of course his men, being the fanboys they are, they spread the word. They made it look like Buggy was the one in charge with the poster and all. And that's
But
how the idea that he was in charge of the Cross Guild came into being, and that's why they made him a Yonko for
but about that,
the yeah.
I'm sorry. As a Marines incompetent, is
Yes.
is Akainu incompetent? Is
Uh,
Kizaru incompetent?
it's well, they have their quirks, right? I mean that you know that, but the thing is here. Of course, part of it is the entire running joke that Buggy is too big
It's
for his breech.
it's a
But the other part is that there's no such thing as perfect intelligence. This is actually what I kind of like about this idea is that in a lot of anime or manga, they have this sort of idea that everybody knows everything, right? What's happening in the world. There's that all the major characters, the villains, the good guys, know what's happening and who's who, and they have perfect information. One Piece is a world where there's imperfect information, where uh, the Marines don't know everything. Yes, they have intelligence agencies. Yes, they are probably apprised of important things happening in the world before that happens, and they're also that's always been part of One Piece world, right? Suppression of information. You know, when they defeated Crocodile, they twisted it into Marine victory, right? And
mm-hmm.
Smoker was the one who brought them down.
Yeah.
That's what they have always been doing and try to do to spin the tail, to suppress information. They didn't want to make themselves look bad, weak, etc. And that's part of it. Information is key in this universe, and it's imperfect. You cannot expect that every even the best intelligence agency in the world uh, knows all angles, has all the information. And it's not just that the Marines or the world government is the only source. You know, it's only organization that have their spy agencies, right? I mean, uh, uh, certainly the revolutionaries have a lot of people, working undercover. You have. I mean, Big Mom had they established it had a very very robust spy network where she was able to, put the squeeze on Sanji, knowing exactly who his people were in East Blue. Who she could threaten for him to comply. So it's which is essentially sort of like a Cold War situation where they have sort of this Cold War stalemate with the Yonko and the world government, and they're sort of sizing each other up and also probably trying to provide disinformation like into the world that they don't that they might deliberately misinterpret information or let them misinterpret information so that they want them to believe something that's not true or vice versa. I think in this again, for the large part, this is just the entire that Buggy is a joke and Oda is going with it all the way. But of course, it's not just that this organization is a joke. It's going to be legitimately playing a part, right? It's not like One Piece is going to end and we're never going to hear from Buggy or and Crocodile and Mihawk ever again. They're going to have a part in this. But I'd say that this is sort of from their perspective. They hadn't. Buggy was just a small time pirate in East Blue. Then suddenly it reveals that he was part of Gold Roger's crew. He was a sworn brother with Shanks. Uh, that information propelled him suddenly on the spotlight, and they felt like, okay, they couldn't comprehend that they missed that and didn't know that, and probably thought, okay, he's very clever that he's able to hide his true strength right in East Blue, and just they embellished that story. Also partly probably because they don't want to admit their own failings, right? That they just that's how it works, right? They have sort of tunnel vision. They said, okay, the only way that he could, that we missed this is that he yeah, he's that good, right? And I mean, and that's just started to have its own life. So he is essentially the victim of his own success, right? Uh, so they believe that immediately that they could believe that Buggy was able to be the Yonko, right, and put Mihawk and Crocodile under him because they believed that he was that powerful at assess him at that level of a threat, right? So yes, sometimes people without actually ever demonstrating their powers to the world government or the Marines, they can they believe that he is that powerful, which is very funny and can be easily exposed if he ever was in a position where they had to challenge that power. But he's never going to put himself in that position because he's always going to have people under him that's going to sacrifice themselves for him. He has a couple of scarecrows, Crocodile and Mihawk, who will deter anybody from making a move against him. And when push comes to shove, he's going to run away.
So I don't want to bring up console war into it, but it's kind of like with Phil Spencer. I always say the bus stop at Phil. No. But again, if again, Oda, I wanna make a joke, no problem. However, I cannot expect someone like as serious and as methodical as Tatsuki, the same person that was able to manipulate Swallow to stab Whitebeard, is not going to know that Crocodile and Mihawk are far stronger than Buggy. That's
Well,
what I'm trying to get at. Because put bounty aside, we all know that Crocodile was in Impel Down level 5, while Buggy was level 1, 2. So not only the disconnect, the information was available for us.
for us, yeah,
No,
but not.
I mean for us, for the Marine as well. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah, but here's the thing. Again, what I'm saying is, at that point in the time, they didn't know about Buggy's connection with Shanks with Gold Roger, right? And it's not. Yes, they could of course seen at that point in time, like clearly Buggy didn't go through his baptism or what they call it like a man, right? He
no, of
probably
course not.
no. But the thing is, they're not going to see that as, oh, that's who he is. They're going to see that, oh, he was playing the fool. He was trying to appear very weak, while actually he wasn't. I think that's kind of the idea that they've put in their own minds. That, and yes, it's of course it makes the Marines and the world government look incompetent, but that's also it is very typical of an organization that's believes in their own strengths much and so afraid of anything embarrassing coming out. Right, they manipulate the truth. Right, they with the media, they try to hide the information of the void century, which inevitably is going to be something that embarrasses the world government. And it's very plausible that they would then believe that instead of them being completely wrong about somebody, or that somebody you know like that week could be part of Gold Roger's crew, they would just say, "Oh, you know, he's very good at hiding. He pretended he was weak, and so that we wouldn't catch him." Right? That's their mindset, and in that sense, it makes sense that they really missed it. And instead of admitting to that, and or accepting it as face value that Buggy's just the black sheep of the Gold Roger pirate, and not everybody on the crew of a legendary pirate crew, is a legend themselves. They just accept no, that's impossible. He has to be a legend himself. He's just hiding his true strength. I think they probably said that at some point, and they start believing that because they have to, because otherwise they have to admit that they are flawed, that they have underestimated the threat. They're constantly about this you true justice, right? And that all pirates are evil. They have to accept that. So it makes sense because the Marines themselves and the world government is flawed. I mean, absolutely flawed. There's no question about it that they're fundamentally flawed. That there are, I wouldn't say necessarily the villains, because obviously they are needed to protect ordinary citizens from pirates, but they are excessive in how they administer the justice, and there's a lot of injustice in the entire system. How they treat people who are not part of the world government or slaves, right? That kind of thing, and they're enforcing, essentially that injustice, that distorted, worldview. So because of that, I can believe that and I'm going very deep in something that again, may for the most part is just a joke on Oda's behalf, an ongoing joke that he's just escalating further and further. But if you want to analyze that, I'd say it is believable that an organization as narrow-minded as the Navy, the Marines, are able to make this mistake.
Hmm. I'm just frustrated because maybe I thought because we're getting into end game, a little bit more seriousness is going to be added. I'm all about the jokes and the comedy for One Piece. I like for example, Nami beating up Luffy. That's never gonna not be funny. That's entertainment. Um, the whole Sanji Zoro situation. I actually wished that Sanji had Jinbei bounty. Then it would have been funny. Um, because you wanna keep that jab going, which is fine. But to have now Jinbei above Sanji. Also, why is Zoro above Jinbei? I think Jinbei is more powerful than Zoro. Maybe because of Enma. Um,
I don't know, but that's yeah, I don't know, because he also clearly fought Kaido and essentially
yeah, and
injured him.
oh, fair point. Zoro would be dead by now. This is why I don't really count that as a feat. Zoro tanking that double attack is literally almost like a plot device in a way. But yeah, so new bounties. Chopper went 900 increase. Nami is now sitting at 366 bounty. I love her comment. Hundred of millions. Even I would go after someone with this bounty. So she wanna go. She would go after herself. I like that. That's comedy. Brooke uh, is shy of 400 mil. Almost. Like he is 383 mil. This surprised me, and I don't know. Oda already did this one before, so is this a comedy or are we gonna touch upon Frankie's parent now? Cause Frankie is literally the sounded Sunny now. As a and you remember when Sanji Bounty was always never had real picture. Remember that?
Yep.
So I don't know if this one is a comedy, a gag, or there is some what's called.
Well, well, it is because the previous poster had Frankie Chogan as his picture, which
Uh,
also wasn't them. So
okay,
I think they're just further escalating that uh, because he's a cyborg and yeah, he changes appearance, but then they're just exaggerating that. But oh yeah,
mm,
no, he's actually the mech that he's in, or no, he's actually the ship.
gotcha. Usopp is 500 mil. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I truly believe he was 100 mil when he became God Usopp.
Another
But
thing, is it more? Oh.
he's saying now, please, no more, don't get any higher. So it did go up from God Usopp. So then
Oh,
he was never 100. What's called 1 mil. I mean 100,000 mil.
so
Nick,
dude, no, he's now 500. So why wouldn't he now? Could he have been 100?
no. When what's called 1,000. I really thought Usopp was 1,000 mil when he became God Usopp. I truly
I
thought
mean,
he had a
or
bigger bounty.
you mean a billion? No, no, no. He wasn't a billion.
Mm. Okay, so oh no, 1 bill. Yes, 1 bill, not 1,000. I'm sorry about that. Nico Robin is almost 1 bill. I would put her 1 bill. She is the only Straw Hat aside from the Monster Trio that have shown us hockey and coating now, and I think advanced element hockey. And she knows Fitman Karate. And also, with her and Jinbei together, he can amplify her Fitman Karate. He can improve that. So there is that. I believe she needed to be a male. I think a bill. And then Sanji is 1,032 thousand. Fish Jinbei is second, 1,100,000,000, and Zoro is 1,100,000,000 and 100 and 100. So 1,100,000 and 100. Yeah, it's interesting. And then we have Luffy, of course, 3 bill. So yeah, this is the official Yonko crew. Congratulations to the Yonko crew. Um, with should they have revealed Luffy bounty now, or when they revealed it? What would have worked better?
I mean, they generally reveal those later because they want to, of course, do some gags with the crew, right?
I think it. I'm not sure if it would have been better, but it would have been more funny if we saw Luffy in that cage and then 300 Bill. That one we hear. Okay, so a little bit note from Oda. My dad is 77 years old, so I was shocked when he messaged me on online to say that film Red made him cry. Oh, like he really got it. Wow, Ochiro Oda. Da, shout out to Oda for that one. And Ichiro Dad. Um, I have yet to see the movie. I have no access to it, so that sucks.
I
Mm.
mean,
Okay, so this was a very quick chapter, aside from how the Crocodile was created and the fact that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, was called as a swordman. But
there is
um,
one thing, one part that you're forgetting, the final
yeah, we're
part.
gonna cover that, which is basically the ending you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it right now. Um, that's the cliffhanger. I love how Mr. Two, Mr. Three, Gambino, oh boss, I'm so nostalgic to be serving you again. And then Buggy is like, how did you turn on me and stuff like that. That's funny. Um, oh, hold up. Wait, hold up. I didn't catch this at first, but there is some tension or something else. So, um, since the Sherman are goner, what are we meant to do? Follow crocodile natural grown. Okay. It's a cold harsh word also here. And then you have Mr. One saying dot 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 and exclamation point. And then you have Mihawk saying dot 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 with. So I have no idea if maybe Mihawk a marine insider or something like that, or he have a mind of his own. Cause what's the point of this last panel with Mihawk? Can you look it up so you can see what I'm seeing? Cause do you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. I'm looking it up.
Okay, so it's chapter 8 panel. So it's literally the final panel before we got to Gloom Island, where. Oh wait, so. Oh, I think he is reminiscing how he got into the Gloom Glen. Okay. So I've heard you laughed. You have your so. I hear you have lost your wallet perks, Hawkeye. What do you want, crocodile? Tachibirida na Mihaku.
It's a
Marines
flashback.
keep swarming the island. It's annoying, but I suppose I will just have to relocate. So, you and I are the same. We don't trust anyone. I like that one. I like that line because they interacted with each other beforehand. So then, why he keeps saying dot dot dot? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe we will see.
Well, that's just him thinking, because
Okay.
he's quiet, then he's thinking of how he got into this when Crocodile
I would
found him.
agree with you, but he looked almost irritated in that panel member, or more like thinking. Okay, we will see. Maybe it is a nothing burger, maybe it is something burger.
It's absolutely a nothing burger because you're reading
Okay.
too much. You go through these chats with a fine tooth comb, man. Or
No. It's because I know all the writing. It's like literally the first bartender turned out to be a Yonko or something like that. So crocodile is put some respect on crocodile.
of course.
1,965,000. Wait. No. Sorry. 1,965,000,000,000. Sorry about that. And then Mihawk, 3,590,000. So his fellow former warlord Hakai Mihawk has even greater sword skills than the Red Hat Giant Emperor. I mean, yeah, because he is the sword best swordsman. Keyword swordsman.
Oh,
Hold the fuck up? Buggy above Luffy?
yeah. I told you that at the beginning.
I thought he was joking. We've given him a
No,
bounty of 3,189,000 3,189,000,000. What? Making him one of the two newly recognized emperor along with Straw Hat Luffy. The world government considered him an extremely dangerous. This mother. So, an emperor, you really constantly made a name for yourself, clown. Oh, just considering we could take a different angle here. We're having him take all the hit as a figurehead may not be a worse idea. I, for one, have no interest in the title of emperor as long as I'm able to live in peace. Okay. Okay. So, then we go to Kamabaka Queendom Grand Line. So we see Morley, we see Ivankov, we see everyone from Dragon Crew, and we see Dragon. He said, "I'm glad he is okay, but if he truly did murder Cobra, I won't forgive him, no matter what his reason were." So clearly, him and Cobra were friends in a way.
could
So,
be, could
hmm?
be, or it could be against his moral
Sorry?
code. So that could be it, or it could be against his moral code.
Oh, fair point. Yeah. Hey Kuma, tell me what exactly did you see? So, I am yours to command, Master. I'm not sure if Kuma is a robot or he have his memory back, he have his mentality back. And then, right, and then we see Koala crying, not almost teary-eye, and then we see the Musi. Oh, so the Marine, we're picking up a call to Kawabaka Kingdom. Listen and we're in and record. It could be the Flame Emperor. Yes, sir. Everyone quiet down. It's me, Sabo. So, the Marine bugged Kawabaka. So, that's a foresight. He didn't see that coming, Dragon. So, I'm curious what next chapter gonna be. We're gonna hear what's happened. We might have a different perspective of why we might hear that he killed her because he killed him because what's called we oh um maybe Imsama revealed himself or something like that. We will see what's gonna happen. So all by all, what would you rate a chapter?
Um, yeah, I'd say a lot better than the previous one because I hated the previous one. But this one's pretty decent. I just wish it didn't end on the cliffhanger, and then we have to wait 2 weeks finally learning what happened with Sabo. I mean, drop that at the beginning or whatever.
I would rate it a five, a six. Oh, sorry, an eight, an eight, an eight. I enjoyed it.
But did you think about the previous chapter? Because I don't think we discussed that one.
Can you repeat that?
What did you think about the previous chapter?
We're gonna cover that. What I am. So, did he die or not die? I'm waiting. Sorry about that. Wait, did he? Well, that's confusing. I'm reading the My Hero chapter and it's confusing what's happening. I'm genuinely curious if he stayed dead or not because I believe he's gonna backtrack. But we will see. So the previous chapter was interesting to say the least, which gonna go directly into my conversation about the Wano arc review. Um, I'm gonna let you go first. What your thoughts on the chapter? Well, you asked me, so it's only fair for me then to go first. So I'm gonna exclude the final panel because people wanna dunk on it for something that it's just a pun. Just how I am Odin and I was born to boil. The Kuruzumi was literally born to be burned. That's literally what Kuruzumi is. Something you burn. Um, the whole choosing the route situation, that's funny. Um, what's his name? Ko, um, not not Yamato. The Shogun. What's his name? Uh, Kinemon, not Kinemon. Momonosuke. He and Kinemon are official crew members. When they wanna join, they can join, but they need to be legit and not crybabies. Here is where you lose me. And Oda did it with Levi, but Vivi at least decision was understandable. Yamato isn't. Yamato now looks brain very stupid because she said she wanna do what Odin wanted to do. Odin wanted to leave Wano from the get-go. The only reason he didn't do it on his own because of that fucking what's called because he couldn't make a good draft. He would sink every single time. So that's a flop and a half. And the fact that you invest so much time in her, you give her a backstory and all that jazz, only for the end to say she is not gonna join. That's why you lose me.
Yeah, that's also why I hated it because You set everything up that she's gonna join, and then you do it in one hit.
Precisely. It's like I don't. Why then give her that much focus? Why not focus on the Straw Hat more then? Because he didn't do that with Vivi. Vivi didn't have that much development, character interaction, and stuff like that. She were here and there in every arc, but she was not almost the sole focus in some chapters and stuff like that. And I don't know, he literally blue balled us with that one. And for the people that want to say that's a good thing she didn't join because otherwise the power dynamic would have been shifted. I'm like, have you heard of a man of the sea? Jinbei? He literally was hanging against a Yonko, Big Mom. Remember when Jinbei was blocked a Big Mom move in Fishman Island? So that whole notion that also you do realize that both Zoro and Sanji are now Yonko what's called commander level.
Yeah.
So what's her name? Um, Yamato is around that level. She is not stronger than Kaido. She is not even as strong as Kaido. So again, I'm not a fan of that bait and switch. I really am not. The only silver lining that can be about it is next week at the very end we see someone coming emerging from the shadow uh, from the straw hat from the sunny glow and turn out to be Carrot.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
It makes sense because Carrot never wanted to be a ruler. She wanted to be free. She did it with Pedro. She is like how Pedro and the others snuck into the ship because they wanted to join. That's literally what she did. Just because she was appointed a ruler doesn't mean that she's gonna rule right now. She can always go with them and then come back and rule. We will see. You never know. But again, that whole notion that, and it's two things that took it down a peg for me. One, what the fuck happened to Kaido and Big Mom? How do you end one of your biggest arc, which is around 40 years, without ever giving us a conclusion what the fuck happened to them? I know Oda you wanna end the story, but this is not it.
Yeah, like I said, I did. It's almost like he initially thought, oh yeah, I want to add Yamato to the crew, and I thought, no, I actually want to end the story. It's going to make it more complicated. It's going to have to add another crew member for the dynamics. Going to be too crowded. Blah blah blah. So we just said, okay, no, let's not do it.
So you don't mind him not showing us what happened to them?
I just said I fucking hated it, but
Hmm?
I just it like you weren't listening. I said I think it almost looks like he actually changed his mind about Yamato joining.
Give me a second to make you higher. For some reason I couldn't understand you. Try again, explain to me what you said. Sorry about that.
What I said is that almost looks like Oda changed his mind, but Yamato joining.
Oh yeah, so it seems because he literally built her up to join. It was either her or carrot. At first it was carrot, but then it literally became her.
Yeah, probably thought maybe it would be too crowded.
Why would he change his mind though? Is that not something you build up yourself? And okay, so I forgot even to mention the whole Shanks situation happening. I think Film Red fucked Wano up. I don't believe Film Red was ever meant. Uh, I don't believe Shanks was ever meant to be in Wano. He only showed up because of Film Red. What do you think?
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Hmm?
It doesn't really matter.
It kinda does. But okay, what's your thoughts then on what happened to Kaido and Big Mom? The conclusion. No conclusion.
Well, maybe they're actually dead.
Or do you think he wanna give you the what's called the element of surprise when he brings them back?
Yeah, either that or we have to believe they're actually dead. And I keep saying it. That's a possibility.
If they were dead, don't he would at least say that? Let us know.
Probably. I don't
Also,
know.
Luffy never kills people, so
Well, I mean, if technically he didn't, if they fall into a volcano and died, that's not his fault.
okay. I enjoyed Wano. Odin's flashback was amazing. Odin's the goat. Linking Odin to Goldie Roger was a very, very good move because Odin was not supposed to be on Roger's ship, but Odin made him into because apparently Odin was beloved, which I can't see why not. And hmm, Wano had some very high moments, but it had some low moments. The moment of Yamato not joining, the moment of Shanks showing up only to leaving, the moment of what's called Kaido Big Mom uh, not certain what happened to them. At least with Flamingo, we actually saw him uh, defeated, and then we later saw him in prison. But with Kaido, we're not seeing anything. And it doesn't make absolutely no sense whatsoever for Kaido for Luffy to leave what's called Wano only for Kaido to emerge and start the cycle all over again.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless him and Big Mom are gonna team up again and they're gonna go after Luffy. Which if that's the case, okay. Who I enjoyed Kaido as a villain. So again, let's talk a little bit very quick about how again incompetent the Marines are, or rather the world government are. You tell me the world government get to hear about a person using a gum gum fruit and they don't think, oh yeah, this is the Nika Nika. We need to get it right now.
it's definitely a retcon because I don't think that's ever intended that it was anything but the gum gum, a gum gum enemy.
So there is that. Luffy Awakening was dope. Not gonna lie, I really enjoyed that. Um, so yeah, I actually put a, a Wano below Whole Cake Island because at least Whole Cake Island had a good conclusion, which is Jinbei joining Luffy. Yeah, he beat Katakuri. He survived Katakuri, and that's about it. But yeah, with Big Mom not knowing the what called what happened to Big Mom and Kaido, and also I cannot stress this enough. Yamato not joining, that bring it down a peg, because again, I don't mind Yamato not joining if he didn't invest that much time and energy into it. That's my biggest issue. Also, Wano is now the second uh, place that Luffy had made his own territory,
Mhm.
because he literally gave them a flag. So we can now add Wano to Fishman Island as Luffy territory, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm. So yeah, that's about it. What's
Well,
your
actually,
what's your thoughts
I
on the Wano? Go ahead.
no, I liked it better than Whole Cake Island because Whole Cake Island had well, of course, the anime is clearly better, but I mean, I really liked the way he set up Wano, how he went a bit with this unique style, with the the song, the sort of told like I say it was some sort of heroic tale of a country, really like a samurai story. That I like that. With the whole Island, it was really it had stakes, but found the entire um, I didn't find aside from Katakuri, I didn't find any of the members of Big Mom's crew interesting. They didn't really have interesting characters, interesting powers, and I didn't find the entire setting of it being, sort of like a fairy tale island very compelling. I like the samurai setting a lot more. Great characters. Um, what's her name? The Dango girl. Uh, I mean, especially in the anime, they really brought it to life. But I sort of like these characters. Um, and we have, of course, a lot of the gifters were a bit, I guess, interchangeable, but also quite bizarre. So I did like the creativity there, creating sort of these alternate versions of zone fruits, and yeah, I think his off the officers of Kaido were in more interesting overall, though say Katakuri definitely is a league of his own. Um, I do see some of your points, and I think there's also you know I also think he probably cut a lot of things because I do think he probably would have wanted to have more backstory for King and Queen, because now it's basically just a little bit told, but we don't see much of their backstory. Um, and yeah, there was a lot going on, but that's sort of what this is the difference really with Big Mom's arc. There was never the goal was never to beat Big Mom, right? It was to rescue Sanji.
Yeah, so you
Um,
think Wano was rushed?
I, I think there was just too well. I mean, the arcs took years, so but I think there was just too much set up, too much going on that I think he had to make choices where he cut some backstory or some
Okay,
development of some
I would
characters.
understand that, but not knowing what happened to Kaido and Big Mom, no, you cannot justify that in any way.
If there's nothing, if they're never mentioned again, I would agree with you, but they're gonna pop up at some
So
point.
you're
So
waiting on wait and see. Okay, fair point, fair point. And the whole Yamato situation, what do you think happened to it?
well, I think he may have initially planned for her to join, and then uh, decided against it because he was going into the final arc and he felt like, yeah, adding another crew member at this point in time um, might have been too crowded, or he
No,
had
that
made.
bullshit. No. I think that not you, that bullshit, but like more of the fact that something as a new Straw Hat crew joining is crowded. Nah, dude, I don't believe
It's
that.
dude. I'm just saying what his reasoning might have been. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. And look, I don't necessarily disagree with the notion that if you're going into the final arc or saga, whatever we want to call it, that you might not want to add more to the core crew. That 10 is probably enough, but yeah, I do feel sort of a betrayal there that you really set this up and you
Mm-hmm.
don't really give a good reason. I mean, if Yamato had said if there was you could the only way you could have done that was when Green Bull invaded and if Yamato had defeated Green Bull or had fought him full force and then she had decided like okay yeah. I need to stay behind because this country needs protection because now
Precisely.
everybody, yeah,
It would have
had
made
he,
perfect sense, right?
yeah, yeah, but they clearly established that
But
no, it's not necessary, right? She said, okay, she wanted to go away. It clearly was established that it wasn't necessary, and essentially the flag of Luffy would have been enough, right? Because that's the entire point. If a Yonko puts their flag marking their territory. You don't fuck unless you're crazy like Bartolomeo. You don't fucking attack.
oh yeah, especially now Luffy is an Yonko, an actual Yonko now.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
nobody
do,
in their right minds is gonna attack
yeah,
Wano now, knowing that's
yeah.
under protection of
I
Luffy.
don't think Oda thinks too much of this. I really don't.
Yeah,
Because
I
you cannot tell me the person that created CP9 is the same person that's ending Wano. I'm sorry, you just can't.
what do you mean?
What I mean by that is Oda have always been the type of person that pays attention to details and sets this shit up. So what you just said, I truly believe Oda forgot that what called Yamato wouldn't need to be there. Yamato doesn't need to worry about Wano being invaded again because Luffy is gonna because Wano is now part of what's called Luffy territory. That makes the entire plot point of what's called when Yamato didn't fight Green Ball because um, Momonosuke asked her to do so irrelevant and pointless
Mhm. Exactly.
because at the end you gave him a flag. You made him Wano. You made Wano a territory. I don't think Luffy said Wano is my territory, but he did give him the flag. And if you give him a flag, I'm pretty sure Luffy needs to know, at least know that, yeah, by giving the flag, that it means it's under my protection, right?
I think that was the implication.
Do you think Luffy was did at least think as much?
I think so because he did the same thing for Fishman Islands, so he knows what it means. I mean, because he literally got the idea from Fishman Island because they were waving Big Mom's flag after Whitebeard died because it was his territory first. So he knew the meaning of it. He knew that if he that he that's why he gave her a flag because he said at one point I'm going to be young, the Pirate King, right? And that's going to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deterrent, right? It's a way to uh, send a message to people. Yeah, don't fuck with this island because it's under my protection.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and with that being said, both Wano and this chapter is covered. Did you watch the DBZ movie?
Nope,
Yeah, yes or no?
no,
No. Oh, go watch it when you
all
can,
right.
because I really want to talk about it.
Come on, please.
Also, there is a game I highly recommend you play to play, but it's one streaming, two it's a PlayStation 3 game. Um, it's about a girl that pretends to be a boy in in pseudo Japan uh, Edo period, and she wants
No.
to find her father, and it's a what's called visual novel game, but it's very interesting, and you might like it because I know you like AI. I forgot how you call that name. So
You
you
like the
do like
zombie?
visual novels, right?
If the story is good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But with that being said, do you have anything else you want to cover? Let's talk about?
Not particularly about One Piece now.
Then anything else you want to talk about? Not One Piece related?
Uh, not particular.
If it's gaming, then let's leave it for tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. With that being said, I'm Karab and this is Weeb. Sorry about that, Yubei Sensei. I've been so busy looking at the panel, I didn't see the chat. Shout out to you, my dude. Shout out to everyone that came through. Ghost in the Garage Gaming and Viper. Sorry, Ghost, I was not able to pay attention to you because I was literally trying to fix the audio. And shout out to you for coming through. And sorry about the what's called audio shit that happened. And yeah, we're out of here. Again, best panel this entire Wano arc.